Welcome back to the Mike Leaf Show on the Warrior Sports Network. One final segment. Coach, you've been at home for 2 straight weeks. Now it's time to head back out onto the grueling road.
You bet.
As you have two tough road matchups. As you first head to Sioux Falls to face a top 10 team in the nation in Augustana, and then you head to Wayne the following night to face Wayne State. Two tough challenges, but obviously the big one that Friday night, that first game against Augustana.
Yeah.
You had some success there last year against them, but they're in a new building now as well.
Yeah.
So different environment for you. What do you expect in that game?
Well, I tell you, they're playing some really good basketball, and you watch them on film, and they spread it out really nicely. I mean, they shoot the lights out, and this, Dan Jensen in the middle is quite the center. So we know we've got our hands full, that's for sure. The new arena that they built, seen just on film, it's absolutely gorgeous. And so it'll be exciting to go out there and play. You know, when you're playing on the road and you play at a nice facility like that, it just you want to rise to the occasion. And I'm confident in the game. I really am. So that'll be it'll be interesting to go off campus for the first time, but also excited about the game.
What is it like to go into a new environment, no matter where it is, for the first time? If you haven't seen it, does that place more of an emphasis in a shoot-around or something like that, or does it not really matter where you play?
No, it does. In a shoot-around, you want to just get a few more shots up. You know, you want to get acclimated to your surroundings, and sometimes there's such depth behind the baskets or not. And, when we played regionals at the Pentagon, and, the different looks that you get. And I think that the toughest ones are the ones in which there are no bleachers or very few, or they're set way back behind the basket. And so the shoot-around will be a good emphasis for us, and but we'll take care of all our technical stuff back here, and then get that full hour in over there and get as many shots up as we can.
So you have a tough night against Augustana.
Yep.
Then you turn right around, head to Wayne, Nebraska to face Wayne State, who struggled this year. They're winless in conference play, but that doesn't mean that they're not talented at all.
Right.
So is that going to be a tough one, especially since you had such a tough matchup the night before?
Yeah, it is. And it's, they have, they've actually just changed all their offenses and stuff, and he's now running they're now running the stuff that they used to run when he was at Upper Iowa. Mm-hmm. And it's a really, really nice, I call it nice, because it's a sticky, it's one of those offenses in which you can it'll lull you to sleep, so you really have to have defensive patience. And they have a lot of cutters off of it, they've got a lot of schemes off of it, and it's caused us problems when he was at Upper Iowa as well. So, that scares you a little bit, but at the same time, it's one of those things where I tell our guys right now is we're in a position where we're trying to move up a ladder, and it is tournament time for us. We've got to win our games, and we can't falter. And if we do, so be it. But that's not what our goals are. And we've got to come in a little different way. And I said, history has been made by a lot of teams in a lot of different ways, and maybe this is our year to do it a different way. Mm-hmm. But in order to have those things accomplished, we've got to take care of business on a game-to-game basis, and we've got to get better every practice that we are in. So it's a mindset, a mentality that we have to have, and that's what we're pushing toward.
Is the mindset that you're playing the top 10 opponent on Friday as opposed to the second one, and you prepare and play them first? Does that help, or does it really not matter?
I think we take the beginning of the week to plan for Wayne, and then we'll take the last 2 days prior to leaving, and we'll go to Augie. But you look at both teams. They're all going to do ball screens. They're all going to do regular cuts and screens. They might be a little different formations. So your breakdowns, you're still working on one team, but you're going to see those same things in another. But now you're really working on the personnel and what they're capable of doing. And so it's, I think it's tougher if you're playing if you're playing Wayne first, mm-hmm. Because everybody's looking toward the Augie game. So I think we're in a nice scenario. Others may say, well, if you play them the second night, they'll be tired. And I said, yeah, we'll be tired too. So, yeah, it really doesn't matter. You throw two teams out there and you play ball. And there's exceptional players, athletes, and that love the game. Off the court, you see a lot of them, when they shake hands and they talk, and they've developed friendships and stuff like that with a lot of the teams in the league. So it's let's just go out and play our best and see what happens.
Is there really any reason to explain why you've had so much success at home this year and then haven't been able to win on the road?
I really, if I had that one, boy, I'd bottle it and I'd sell it. I just think that it was the teams that we were playing at certain times of the year. I really do. And I think it was really tough after break to go on the road. I wish we had those at home, and it might have been a different story. So, but that's the way the schedule goes. And like in anything, adversity does. It builds character. Adversity brings the best out of teams, and all of them go through it. But it's the way that you handle it. And you could have a team that gives up. You could have teams that just kind of go game to game, and what happens happens. But I've got a lot of fighters and a lot of pride in our players. They love the program. They love this tremendous university, and they want to represent it well. So we're going to go out fighting, and each and every game, and we'll see where it takes us.
Absolutely, it should be a fun road trip, fun couple games for you and the players. And
Are you coming on this one?
I'm not sure. We got some home stuff going on here as
right.
well. So we got a big gymnastics meet on Friday.
Wayne,
so
USA.
That one. But yep, should be a fun couple games. Augustana on a Friday at 8 p.m. In Sioux Falls, and then you head down to Wayne, Nebraska on Saturday at 6 p.m. as you take on the Wayne State Wildcats. And then you'll be right back here next week for more on the Mike Leaf Show right here on the Warrior Sports Network.